I had a chance to talk with a Buddhist nun last week who shared a little piece of wisdom that has stuck with me that I've been sharing with other people wherever I go. She was on a webinar with, I don't know, maybe lots of psychologists, but a neuropsychologist, the author of the book, The Body Keeps Score, who works with trauma, um, acknowledged that in this particular era that we find ourselves in, that so many people that I've spoken to, I've been on Zoom with different groups last week who've talked about how who would have thought in our lifetime that we would experience what's going on in the world now? Who expected that in our lifetime? Well, of course we didn't. We thought everything would be kind of perfect and wonderful like it always has been. That's part of our ignorance. But what he said is, from his work with trauma, he said the most important thing about people right now taking care of themselves, what will mitigate trauma for ourselves? This is my interpretation of what she told me, so it's third hand. But what he said was, is friendly faces and community. That those are the things that can support and kind of bolster us so that the sense of trauma or fear or so much that so many people are going through. And some people are going through it physically experiencing tremendous physical suffering from the illness itself, fear of contracting it, fear even if they recover from it, losing, obviously losing people in their lives, the economic problems that are coming from it. And then also, a lot of people are not experiencing that personally, but watching it on the news is just bringing higher and higher levels of anxiety out of genuine concern, I think, but also, could this happen to me or whatever. So to balance ourselves with this sense of a friendly face and a sense of community. And so I've been thinking about that friendly face thing, because one of the other things I've heard from people is that with a mask on, it's hard to know what kind of face you're coming up to. And that's true. But it's also true that you can see a smile in the eyes. We all know that, right? It has to be kind of I don't want to say a big smile, an emphatic smile, for it to communicate over the top of something that's like this. I should have brought a mask as my prop. But we can see it. And so I was just thinking about the practice of spending time every day cultivating loving kindness in our heart. And the practice of bringing to mind one by one by one the individuals that we live with or the individuals that we're going to meet throughout the day, bringing them to mind and from, with a genuine wish, may you be happy. May you be free of suffering and anxiety and fear, and may you be at peace. Reciting this again and again every day, one by one by one, not for all sentient beings. We may get to all sentient beings, but to the individuals with whom we relate. Then this sense of thinking about the good qualities of the people I find is easier to arise. And because I'm not wearing a mask every day, I live in a closed community, so I'm doing this part is on theory. But I feel like if all of us spend some time doing that every day outside, you put that mask on, your smile is going to show. And that way we become the part of helping mitigate the trauma for all the people that we come in contact with. It's a small action. But in these times, every small action, I think, that taps into our goodness, taps into our recollection that we are interconnected, and taps into our genuine wish that just gets overwhelmed by our anxiety and our fear and our stress and our whatever, at least it does for me. But underneath all of that, there really is a genuine wish to reach out and be of benefit and to care for one another. So as Venerable Samten last night with our UU meditation class emphasized again, 10 minutes a day is all it takes. People who are already on the cushion doing something like this, maybe even add this as a section of your own practice. But if you're at home and you don't have a daily practice yet, then 10 minutes a day of just this, setting that motivation, wishing to be of benefit, and then generating from our heart, may these beings be happy. That will help us, when we're present with them, help us create the sense of harmony and maybe help to mitigate the stress. So that's my short message today.